Have you ever noticed someone entering a room quietly, yet everyone gradually shifts their attention toward them without any obvious reason whatsoever? They never compete for attention, interrupt conversations, or try proving themselves, yet people instinctively value every word they eventually share together. Meanwhile, another person talks constantly, seeks approval everywhere, and desperately hopes confidence will appear through endless self-promotion and performance alone. Ironically, respect rarely follows those chasing it directly, because genuine influence grows naturally instead of demanding recognition from everyone around us. The difference isn't personality, appearance, wealth, intelligence, or luck. It comes from tiny daily behaviors repeated until they quietly define character forever. These habits seem ordinary individually, yet together they create an invisible reputation. People recognize long before meaningful conversations even begin between strangers. Most people underestimate these subtle signals because they focus entirely on impressive achievements instead of consistent behaviors, shaping lasting first impressions daily. Today you'll discover 7 remarkably small habits capable of transforming how colleagues, friends, strangers, and even critics naturally respond toward your presence. None require becoming louder, more outgoing, or pretending confidence. They simply require greater awareness during ordinary moments everyone else overlooks completely. Stay until the final habit because it quietly separates people chasing approval from those who naturally earn lasting admiration and trust everywhere. Before exploring these habits, let's clear up one misunderstanding, preventing countless people from ever earning genuine respect despite their sincere intentions. Many confuse being liked with being respected, assuming both grow together. Reality often proves they move in completely different directions instead. Someone can be friendly, agreeable, and universally appreciated while still being ignored whenever important decisions or difficult conversations finally begin together. Likability often depends upon making others comfortable. Respect depends upon demonstrating dependable character regardless of comfort, pressure, circumstances, or changing opinions surrounding you. People may enjoy spending time with pleasant personalities, but they trust individuals consistently displaying honesty, courage, discipline, and emotional stability under pressure. Real respect grows slowly because every interaction becomes another opportunity to strengthen or weaken the reputation quietly forming inside someone else's mind today. Fortunately, reputation isn't built through dramatic moments. It's shaped by hundreds of ordinary decisions repeated consistently until they become impossible for others to ignore. The first habit lasts only seconds, yet psychologists consistently associate it with greater authority, emotional control, thoughtful decision-making, and stronger leadership presence overall. That habit is resisting the urge to answer immediately whenever someone asks a difficult question or challenges your opinion unexpectedly during conversations. Instead of reacting instantly, pause briefly, breathe naturally, gather your thoughts carefully, then respond with intention, rather than automatic emotional reflexes every time. Those few silent seconds communicate something surprisingly powerful. They tell everyone your mind guides your words instead of emotions controlling every response. Silence makes many people uncomfortable because they mistakenly believe quick answers always demonstrate intelligence, confidence, and competence under pressure every day. In reality, rushed responses often reveal anxiety, while thoughtful pauses quietly communicate emotional discipline, patience, and genuine confidence without unnecessary performance whatsoever. People naturally trust those appearing calm during uncertainty, because composure suggests their decisions come from reflection instead of impulsive emotional reactions alone. The next time someone challenges your opinion, resist filling silence immediately. Let your thoughts arrive before allowing your words to follow naturally. That brief pause gives your response weight, making simple ideas sound more deliberate, memorable, and worthy of serious consideration by everyone listening carefully. Habit 2. Begins before you even speak because your eyes constantly communicate confidence, sincerity, attention, and emotional security without saying anything aloud. Avoiding eye contact often suggests uncertainty, while excessive staring creates unnecessary discomfort that distracts people from the message you actually want delivered. Respected individuals naturally balance connection with comfort, maintaining relaxed eye contact without turning conversations into silent contests of dominance or intimidation ever. Imagine speaking with someone who checks their phone, watches the room, or constantly looks away while you're sharing something meaningful and personal. Even if their words sound polite, you'll probably feel unimportant because attention is one of the strongest expressions of genuine respect available. Offering someone your complete attention quietly tells them they matter, creating trust long before agreement, friendship, or admiration ever have opportunities developing together. People remember how you made them feel more vividly than they remember every sentence you actually spoke during ordinary conversations together. Mastering calm, eye contact, transforms ordinary discussions into meaningful connections because people instinctively associate focused attention with honesty, confidence, and emotional maturity always. The third habit hides inside everyday language, quietly determining whether others immediately trust your ideas or question your confidence before listening completely. Notice how frequently people begin speaking with unnecessary disclaimers that weaken their message before anyone else has even formed an opinion yet. They say things like, "This may sound silly," or "I'm probably wrong," unknowingly reducing their own credibility before presenting valuable insights. These phrases seem humble, yet they subtly invite listeners to doubt the speaker instead of thoughtfully considering the actual idea being shared. Confident communicators don't pretend certainty about everything. They simply express genuine opinions clearly without apologizing for having thoughtful perspectives worth discussing together. Replace hesitant introductions with direct statements reflecting quiet confidence, allowing your ideas to stand independently without unnecessary protective language surrounding them constantly. People respect clarity because it removes confusion, making conversations easier, decisions faster, and leadership qualities much easier for everyone else to recognize. The next habit isn't about speaking better. It's about proving through consistent actions that your promises genuinely deserve another person's complete trust always. Promises seem small until someone depends on them. Then they become silent tests, revealing whether your character matches your confident words consistently. Anyone can sound dependable during comfortable conversations. Real credibility appears when responsibility becomes inconvenient, difficult, stressful, or unexpectedly time-consuming for everyone involved. Every commitment you make quietly becomes part of your reputation, whether anyone openly acknowledges it or simply remembers your consistent behavior afterward. People rarely separate reliability from character. If your promises frequently disappear, they naturally question everything else you confidently claim about yourself. Trust grows through predictable actions, not inspiring speeches. It strengthens whenever your behavior repeatedly confirms what your words confidently promised beforehand every time. Imagine two co-workers possessing identical talent. One consistently delivers, the other constantly apologizes. Eventually, opportunities naturally follow only one person forward. Reliability removes uncertainty from relationships, allowing people to relax because they no longer wonder whether you'll actually follow through consistently every single time. If circumstances genuinely change, communicate honestly before deadlines arrive. Responsibility begins with transparency, not excuses offered after disappointment has already happened. People forgive unavoidable setbacks surprisingly often. They struggle forgiving silence, because silence usually communicates indifference instead of sincere accountability toward shared commitments together. Keeping your word repeatedly creates invisible momentum, causing others to trust your future promises before you've even fulfilled them completely again. Habit 5 challenges something deeply uncomfortable because respect often requires disappointing others without sacrificing your own priorities or emotional well-being unnecessarily ever. Many people automatically say yes because rejection feels selfish, uncomfortable, or potentially damaging to relationships they desperately hope protecting at every opportunity. Unfortunately, constant agreement slowly teaches others your boundaries are flexible whenever enough pressure, emotion, persistence, or guilt becomes involved during requests. Every unnecessary commitment quietly steals attention from goals, relationships, responsibilities, and personal growth already deserving your limited energy and precious daily focus. Healthy boundaries never exist to push people away. They exist to protect what genuinely deserves your attention, energy, and intentional effort daily. Respectful people decline requests calmly, without inventing elaborate stories designed to justify choices already completely reasonable from the very beginning anyway. Try saying, "I appreciate your invitation, but I can't commit right now." Then allow your decision to stand peacefully without explanation afterward. Confidence doesn't require convincing everyone your decision was correct. It simply requires accepting that every thoughtful choice won't satisfy every single person. Ironically, people often value your agreement more after discovering it cannot be obtained through pressure, guilt, or constant emotional persuasion alone. Boundaries communicate self-respect, and self-respect quietly teaches others exactly how they should treat your time, attention, and personal priorities every day. The next habit transforms ordinary conversations because it proves genuine influence begins not with speaking brilliantly, but with listening exceptionally well instead. Most conversations fail because people listen only long enough to prepare their own response instead of truly understanding another person's perspective first. While someone speaks, many minds quietly rehearse stories, opinions, or advice, missing the deeper meaning hidden beneath ordinary words completely. People instantly recognize when your attention drifts because genuine listening creates a feeling impossible to imitate through polite facial expressions alone. Instead of planning your next sentence, become genuinely curious about what the other person actually means beyond their spoken words today. Curiosity changes conversations because people naturally reveal deeper thoughts whenever they sense sincere interest instead of silent judgment or competition nearby. Ask thoughtful follow-up questions, inviting reflection rather than immediately shifting attention back toward your own experiences, achievements, or personal opinions afterward. Questions often reveal greater wisdom than answers because they demonstrate humility, emotional intelligence, patience, and authentic interest in another human being. People rarely forget someone who made them feel completely understood during moments when everyone else simply waited impatiently for their turn. Listening carefully also uncovers emotions invisible within ordinary language, helping you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting only to spoken sentences themselves. The strongest communicators aren't always exceptional speakers. They're exceptional listeners who know exactly when silence carries greater value than additional words. When people consistently feel heard around you, they gradually associate your presence with safety, wisdom, trustworthiness, and emotional maturity without realizing why. Habit 7 appears surprisingly simple, yet it separates authentic confidence from carefully constructed appearances, maintained through constant fear of being exposed. Many people secretly believe admitting ignorance instantly destroys credibility, so they confidently guess rather than honestly acknowledging what they actually don't know. That habit feels protective initially, yet every invented answer quietly risks damaging years of carefully earned trust within only a single conversation. Authentically confident people never feel pressured to appear knowledgeable about subjects extending beyond their genuine experience or professional understanding altogether. Instead, they comfortably say, "I don't know yet, but I'll find the answer," then actually follow through with genuine curiosity afterward. Those simple words reveal intellectual honesty because secure people value truth more than protecting temporary appearances built upon uncertainty or unnecessary pride. Ironically, admitting limitations often increases credibility because people trust honesty far more than unrealistic claims of knowing absolutely everything available. Nobody expects perfection from another human being. They simply hope your confidence never depends upon pretending to possess impossible levels of knowledge. Real confidence grows from accepting your strengths while remaining equally comfortable, acknowledging areas where learning still continues every single day. When honesty consistently replaces performance, people stop admiring your image and begin trusting your character, creating respect that genuinely lasts forever. Notice something remarkable about every habit we've explored. None depend upon natural charisma, extraordinary talent, impressive credentials, or fortunate circumstances whatsoever. Instead, each habit reflects one powerful principle. Respect begins internally before it ever becomes visible through another person's actions toward you. When you respect your attention, you pause before reacting. When you respect your words, you speak with calm conviction instead of hesitation. When you respect your commitments, people learn your promises carry weight because your actions consistently reinforce everything your voice communicates daily. When you respect your time, saying no becomes an act of wisdom instead of guilt, fear, or unnecessary people-pleasing behavior altogether. When you respect other people, you listen carefully, making them feel genuinely valued rather than merely tolerated during every meaningful conversation together. And when you respect truth, admitting uncertainty becomes effortless because protecting integrity matters more than protecting your image in every situation. Viewed separately, these habits appear ordinary. Practiced together, they quietly transform how others instinctively experience your presence wherever life takes you next. People begin trusting your judgment before asking your opinion because consistency gradually becomes the strongest introduction you could ever possibly receive naturally. Opportunities arrive more frequently because reliability, honesty, and emotional stability quietly solve problems everyone hopes someone trustworthy will eventually handle confidently. Relationships deepen because people feel emotionally safe around individuals who remain authentic regardless of changing circumstances, pressure, or outside expectations surrounding them. Leadership also changes meaning. It stops becoming control over others and becomes responsibility for your own thoughts, choices, and consistent daily behavior. Every conversation becomes another opportunity to reinforce your character instead of performing a carefully rehearsed version designed only to impress strangers temporarily. Remember, people observe far more than your achievements. They quietly notice your reactions, habits, priorities, and emotional consistency every single ordinary day. Character isn't revealed during easy moments. It's revealed when inconvenience, disagreement, uncertainty, or disappointment quietly tests your values without warning whatsoever. Each small decision becomes another vote for the person you're gradually becoming, whether that choice strengthens or weakens your future reputation forever. Months from now, your life may appear unchanged externally, yet people will likely respond differently because your habits quietly transformed first. Respect is rarely requested, demanded, or negotiated. It naturally follows people whose daily actions consistently reflect integrity before comfort or convenience. So choose one habit today, practice it intentionally until it becomes automatic, then quietly build another upon that strong personal foundation afterward. Small habits repeated faithfully create extraordinary identities, proving lasting influence always begins with invisible choices nobody else initially notices around you. The person others respect tomorrow is being shaped by the quiet decisions you choose repeatedly, beginning with the very next moment today.
Stop chasing motivation. Start understanding your mind. Subscribe to Inner Violet and learn how to think, not just react.